Nigeria has been sold out. There's a lot of things flying every corner and then, but it has come to a point that thousands of Nigerians are beginning to, millions of Nigerians are beginning to ask questions.
Topic: Igbo quest for Nigeria's unity. These are things that agitate my mind. I started thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation on the Nigerian unity. I just brought four, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of the word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, it is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit. This is accredited to Sir Amadu Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. The third, and I quote, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country. This is was said by Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, the former Prime Minister. The fourth and the last, let me not bore you. And I quote, each of our three regions is vastly different in many respects, but it has this in common, that despite variety of languages and customs, or differences in climate, all form part of one country which has existed as a political and social entity for 50 years.
We cannot enter anybody's house to drag them out. Don't sit at home, come out. We cannot do it. We will be infringing on their fundamental human rights. They have freedom of choice. Ours is to make the environment conducive for those who want to come out and go about their businesses. We have a duty to protect them.
You know, if some of these guys don't come to government and they're just parading certificates, you will not know that they have nothing upstairs. The reason we invited them in October 2025, all the governors in the Southeast, all the political leaders, to press for the release of Nnamdi Kanu was because we didn't want this to continue. They refused. They all kept quiet. They were playing politics. Now you have thrown Nnamdi Kanu into prison. He's in Sokoto. You still can't get your acts together. If you like, you close all the markets in the world. Until you do the right thing, nobody can force the people. You can force a horse to the stream, but you cannot force it to drink water. It is about justice. What is happening in the Southeast is a justice issue. It's about Nnamdi Kanu. The reason why people don't go to market on Mondays is because Nnamdi Kanu is being unjustly incarcerated. It started because of his trial. The only way it can end is when you end his unjust incarceration. It's as simple as that. Nothing else can save you. If you like, close all the markets. If you like, convert all the markets to, if you like, go and move the market from Anambra to Sokoto. Nothing will still save you. That's the truth. And they should have. That's what we're saying in October. They could have saved themselves this embarrassment if they had listened to us. But what did they do to us in October? They arrested all of us. You know, we went to Kuje. We're out now. Your markets are still in trouble. They are all in trouble. They know it. Wike is in trouble in Abuja. Soludo is in trouble in Anambra. Tinubu is in trouble across Nigeria. No rest for the wicked.
Rules of Operation Udoka sustained offensive posture throughout the week under review. Between 8th to 13th October, they conducted offensive operations and arrested a suspected IPOB ESN terrorist commander identified as Jensen, who was on Truth Wanted list along 8 other criminals in Owerri West and Maitoli local government areas of Imo State, as well as Inzi and Apochuku local government area of Ikuri State. Some weapons, ammunition, and vehicles were also recovered from them. Additionally, a female IPOB ASN collaborator, who also was believed to be one of their logistics suppliers, was arrested in Umunochi, local government area of Abia State, on 13th October 2025. During the arrest, 3 children, whose investigation revealed were biological children to a wanted IPOB ASN leader identified as Mandwakuchi Wampo, otherwise known as Emergency, were found in her custody. It was further revealed that the terrorist leader is also her relation.
Cannot enter anybody's house to drag them out. Don't sit at home. Come out. We cannot do it. We will be infringing on their fundamental human rights. They have freedom of choice. Ours is to make the environment conducive for those who want to come out and go about their businesses. We have a duty to protect them.
I know it may be hard for you to believe. How many of you will still remember this video where the Nigerian government military officials come out on national television and start blowing out a big lies that Gentle the Yahoo and his men, all the Biafra liberation armies, that they have eliminated them? Today, my people, the next part of this video is where the whole thing is so interesting. So please, I don't want you to miss it for anything. If there's anything that can distract you not to watch this video to the very end of it, please skip that. Then later you can continue, because this is where the whole thing is so interesting. Let's watch the video. Nigeria, which way forward? Let's watch the.
So let me tell you, my brother, it is too obvious that what opened Nigerians' eyes was predictions, prophecies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. That time shall come, the Fulanis will actually leave the bush where they are.
I used to ask you, when will this Biafra come? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned this in one of his broadcasts. Always there, when will this Biafra come? When will this Biafra come? That's a question that many, both the good and the bad, carried in their hearts for decades. But that question now has an answer. The question finally has an answer.
You see, the collusion or collaboration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa's, agitation has exposed many weak points of the North. There are many things that were hidden before that has been unfolded right now to everybody's notice. It was Malami, it was Sadano Sokoto, Buhari himself, Gumi, and all those radicalized Muslims, elites in the North that actually wanted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa dead. But this time around, they have, been receiving it, blames. I don't know what to understand. Every backlash. Why? They have seen that what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying in the past is now a truth. And what actually exposed this truth mostly was the Christian genocide that was on course since last year, since 2 years ago, since 3 years ago. For 10 years now, Christian genocide was going on. And this young gentleman has been shouting and shouting, reporting Nigeria on the media, visiting United Nations Secretariat, visiting Israel, Canada, reporting Nigeria on what is happening today. In the past, and we've seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a prophet who actually exposed Sardauna Sokoto's hypocrisy. Yes, Sardauna's hypocrisy has been exposed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Simon Ekpa collaboration, because Sardauna Sokoto is not a Nigerian. He migrated from Senegambia. He's a Fulani man using their grandfather ideology. Abakatafa Balawa, Osman Danfodio, the first Fulani jihadist in West Africa, was just to oppress, conquer them, oppress them, divide them, rule them. That was the method used by the jihadists, Osman Danfodio, that actually captured Afonja at the axis of Kwara State, Yoruba Oba. I don't know what I understand. And cut his head. And today, are the Yorubas not Muslims? They are. And okay, today I have a question for you. Could a Yoruba man preside over bigger Jumat in Abuja? Yoruba man has an imam. Every Fulani Muslim will walk away. You see the kind of trick.
Is it that they feel that they are superior?
I'm telling you, Fulani believe that since the oldest mosque,
they are superior to
yes, since the oldest mosque in Timbuktu, Mali, is in Timbuktu, Mali, and Fulani man migrated from Mali, migrated from Senegambia, migrated from Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad, as far as Sudan. They believe that they are superior to any Muslim other tribe. Any other tribe that is a Muslim, Fulani man doesn't regard you. Yet they want you to belong, go either by force or you pay the ultimate price. That is what makes Fulani radicalized Muslims the most difficult sects we have in the world. Yet they don't want to reintegrate you into their midst to become one of them, because they believe that they allow where they talk. They believe that that's their drink, beer, that they don't drink in the open places, drinking beer, putting it inside jug and kettle, drinking it indoor, smoking what is more dangerous, intoxicating than beer. In the darkness, sometimes they smoke it in the open place. That is drug. Causing people, Christians that are drinking beer. Beer and drug, which one is more dangerous? When Gumi said that Christians deserve death, all of them, because they are drinking, just imagine. Look at that Muslim pig like Gumi. Look at his own belief and mindset. Beer and wine, drug, sock away, gum, heroin, cocaine, smoked by the Muslims, by the radicalized Muslims. That one is not against the law. So let me tell you, my brother, it is too obvious that what opened Nigerians' eyes was predictions, prophecies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. That time shall come, the Fulanis will actually leave the bush, where they are always hiding out, coming into the town, slaughtering Christians, slaughtering community peoples, slaughtering villages, slaughtering people in the town. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu actually predicted it right. That is what has happened. Fulani has invited all their brothers in southern Nile, southern Algeria, southern Morocco, all the Fulani tribes in Mauritania, southern Libya, southern Niger, southern Chad, as far as Sudan, into Nigeria to help them fight jihad. Jihad is by forcing people into Islam. That is the meaning of jihad. To believe, to become Muslim faith, Islamic faith. I don't know what to understand. So let me tell you, jihadism is it. That is the meaning of jihadism. And the Fulani succeeded on doing that. I don't know what to understand. So that's it. I'm telling you. So this time around, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exposed all these truths to Nigerians. And that's why Sardauna Sokoto is running. He's on the wall because Kanu, on the road because Kanu has succeeded. I don't know what to understand. Kanu has succeeded on opening the eyes of the Northerners. Kanu has succeeded on telling the Hausas how far. This is what happened to you. The Hausa man now has begun to have killing mindset of whom he is. See, what Kanu and Simon Ekpa has done has brought this kind of peaceful atmosphere in the north. The killings we see on the north now are mercenaries. Mercenaries from Middle East. I don't know what to understand. They are all ISWAP, ISIS, Al-Qaeda fighters, or you call them militia. bought over by northern elites, radicalized Muslims in the north. Number one person is Sadano Sokoto. And today you are seeing it. I don't want to understand. So this has opened the eyes of Nupers, Bares, Hausas in Plateau State, Hausas in Niger, Hausas in Sokoto, Hausas in Niger, Bauchi, Gombe, Kaduna, Kano, Zamfara, Sokoto. Their eyes are open. Katsina. The Fulanis are visitors and they are all bandits. Bloody one. So you see it happening, coming. That's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now an exonerated person. See, let me tell you, come what may, Kanu has turned Sokoto prison into a tourist attraction center. And the whole world are visiting Sokoto prison. And come what may, this is 2026. Bet me, Kanu is coming out willy-nilly, whether Tinubu likes it or not. Whether the young man that was yelling at me inside his car over my accurate and lucid narration on how Fulani Janjaweeds invaded Nigeria, whether that young man that was yelling at me likes it or not, Kanu is coming out. I don't understand. He was just yelling and yelling, but I was busy, you know, explaining my thing. Because all I know is that he couldn't come out from the car to fight me. The whole world will watch him and he will be get arrested. Because I am entitled to my opinion. I'm an Igbo man. I must speak out. I will never hide under the aegis of timidity or timorousness, being, you know, depreciated or belittled by all these, you know, criminals, urchins, Nigerian non-entities that could not even come out and voice out what is wrong with Nigerian political landscapes. So most of us that are saying the truth on the street of Lagos, they often attack us, but we still remain on our point. Come what may, Kanu is the reason why Gumi, El-Rufai, Sadano Sokoto, they are asking for the division of Nigeria right now. And most of them, they have been absconding. Why? Israel has come in to collude with America to begin to pick these sponsors of terrorists in the north, one by one. One by one. And again, I want to tell you this. Sokoto forest bombardment by American military forces has actually exposed many things about Sokoto caliphates. Sadano Sokoto is the director general, an emperor, a royal father of all the terrorist platforms in the northern Nigeria. Where is Sadano Sokoto? Where is Gumi? Where is El-Rufai? We want to see all these sponsors whose names were compiled in the faraway United Arab Emirates. They are all on the run. And I want to tell you that Israel is coming with American military operation. State of Israel is going to pick one by one all the sponsors using their Mossad operatives in the north, wherever they go, wherever they're hiding. No hiding place for Gumi. There's no hiding place for goldfish like El-Rufai. There is no hiding place for all these sponsors of bandits and other terrorist platforms like Badaru. Badaru, the former minister of, I think, defense, that was just retired the other day. They were all fingered. What about Mudu Cherif? Mudu Cherif has been fingered. What about Kwankwaso? Fingered because he was the one that actually signed Sharia law in Kano State for the first time. I don't know what to understand. Mossad is coming to pick all these people. If he has not taken what happened in Venezuela, it's going to be repeated here. Trump is not afraid of anybody.
Okay, but we see the international society, they've come out to what? Declare Nnamdi Kanu freedom. They said Nigeria violated the, the Nigeria government violated Nnamdi Kanu by not what? By illegally renditioning him from Kenya. And they are saying enough is enough. That it's time is actually let off the hook. And we know that if Nnamdi Kanu is free, this might, collapse Tinubu 2027 presidential ambition. How do you think this will play out? Because
no. Tinubu time is up. You know why? Kanu is coming out willy-nilly. The interest that America and the other Western countries, have heard for Kanu's extradition, that's his freedom from from confinement, or you call it prison or correctional center, has actually exposed Tinubu's weakness or weak point. Tinubu is a man that believes in game, irregularities, discrepancies. Politically, he's not somebody that could just bend down and say, let us do it on a benevolent, ground, or on the ground of responsibility, transparency, and justice. Is somebody that is always like this. I don't know whether they have seen it. And this has actually stemmed down much aspiration for his repetition of office comes 2027. It's not going to go there. It has stemmed down because the international communities are all abusing the government of the day. International Labour Organization, they are all turning their back on this administration. And it has now, dawned on them that they got it wrong when this man maneuvered his way into power in 2023. America is now asking questions. Why didn't we ask? Why didn't we act? Why didn't we come? Why didn't we reenact what happened in Panama in 1991 when we abducted Manuel Origa? Why didn't we at least actually rush quick and try what we did in Iraq, in Nigeria, comes that's 2023 election. So America could have stopped what is happening now, and that's why they are going to stop him. It's not coming back 2027 because the international communities are much interested to at least stop him. Nigeria is a bigger country that no man could actually fool and get scot-free. Fulani Janjaweed over the years, many years, even centuries, over 200 and something years ago, has been messing this particular part of the world. But it wasn't in totality because they actually caged the North. The original locals, tribes of the northern region, the Hausa tribe, who are the original owners of the land of North, were caged, oppressed, punished, intimidated by the Fulani Janjaweeds. And that is what they have actually been doing here. But you see how far the agitation for emancipation of Biafra has opened everybody's eyes. The international communities, the way Kanu was rendered from Nairobi, Kenya into Nigeria, the way Kanu was illegally jailed by James Omotocho, who actually just read a written note, a script from Aso Rock, has actually attracted widely attention of International Labour Organization. They are coming. They are coming. Councils of Chief Justices all over the world, from ICC, from ICJ. ICJ is International Criminal Justice, Court of Justice. ICJ, International Criminal Court of Justice. ICJ. Then ICC, International Criminal Court. The attention is here. Over that kind of judgment read. It has never happened anywhere in the world. Kanu was violated. His right was violated when he was illegally expelled. Kidnapped from Nairobi, Kenya into Nigeria in 2021, June, to be precise. And this has actually attracted the attention of Lumumba. Lumumba has been winning cases for Kanu in Kenya, winning cases for Kanu. He is lawyer in Kenya. He has won many cases right now, and he has been beating his drum on and on for Nigeria to dance all the way from here to International Criminal Court. ICC is waiting. Lumumba. I'm telling you, Lumumba. So how do you see it? That Israel is asking ICC that they are coming after Nigerian president over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, which was why Trump raised from United States of America with all his military, technology, and come and display it on Nigerian soil, thereby rubbishing our sovereignty. The so-called Nigerian sovereignty is spoiled. Nigeria is not a country again. Nigeria is madam country, female country, a country that wears bra and skates, pretending as if it is a fatherland. Nigeria is now a motherland. I don't know what to understand. Chi, we are going to be using Chi. Chi has no sovereignty again. Anyway, it was Chi before, because she got her independence. You see the language we are using. Now, he has grown, she has grown big mamare. Now, big mamare country, mama country. America has messed our sovereignty and we become a country with large breasts, mamare. You see it? Everywhere bloated. both Uhu. Nigeria is growing in waste because we don't have anything like sovereignty again. America has come here and mess us, slap us up and down, front, back, left cheek, right cheek, gosa, gosa. Listen and listen good. The police of the world, which is America, under the administration of Donald Trump, is doing the needful. If China likes, they should climb on top of Russia. Korea should climb on top of Russia to stop America. No, America is for justice. Venezuela messed up, and they actually chose Venezuela. And most importantly, they are coming to Nigeria to show the man in charge of this administration. Tinubu should make sure he doesn't fall out with Trump. Trump is very dangerous. He could tame any president in the world. He could tame any president in the world.
My fellow Biafrans, as we continue to put in place the delegitimization of the Nigeria terrorist state within Biafra land, we are taking it one step at a time. We are not in a hurry. This is a fight that have taken the life of millions, and we've fought this for over 50 years. The Biafra government 72 hours ultimatum to return all the Biafrans that were kidnapped from the old eastern Nigeria and taken to northern Nigeria and other part of Nigeria to detain. Many of them have been detained for many years without trial. That 72 hours ultimatum ends today. And we have seen reactions from different courts. One of them is the court, the Owerri Appeal Court. They have announced temporary shutdown because of security concern. This particular shutdown, it is now very evidently clear that Nigeria have no intention of returning our brothers they kidnapped from eastern Nigeria and taken to different detention facilities in the northern Nigeria, or maybe many of them have been killed. So, knowing what we do not know about the fate of our fellow brothers and sisters, both women and children, that were taken in the name of arrests. So they decided to lock down because they can't provide our brothers they kidnapped from eastern Nigeria and taken to northern Nigeria. I want to use this medium to inform Nigeria terrorist state this evening that this temporary lockdown, because they could not provide our brothers and sisters they kidnapped, should not be temporarily. They have locked down permanently and indefinitely. I will never reopen again. I want to let you know that the evil will only strive when good men keep quiet and silent. In the absence of good men, the evil men will always strive. Nigeria have shown to be evil for decades, and in all this evil of Nigeria, the good men have always